Do you have a spiritual or a human challenge right now? So for a really long time, maybe in the last 6 to 12 months, everything that I have experienced, I have seen as a spiritual challenge, because I believe that this is an illusion and that our truth is that we are souls living a human experience. We are spirit living a human experience. But we are also humans having a spiritual journey and a spiritual experience. And I kind of ignored that part. I didn't exercise very much. Yes, I knew that what I ate impacted on how I felt and my vibration, and so then I cared about it only because of my vibration. But I wasn't really grounding all of this connection to spirit and the divine that I had grown into in the last 6 to 12 months. I wasn't grounding it and integrating it and actually being able to embody it in my daily life. And if we continue to go up and up and up and connect more with spirit, but not ground it, it's like we are an oak tree, a beautiful big oak tree that continues to grow up and up and up, but doesn't have the roots to fully hold itself upright. And it's what leads to this crazy mental instability a little bit. It can lead to a feeling of overwhelm and not being strong enough to cope with human challenges. And that's what I've experienced recently. I felt like I was not grounded enough, not supported enough, not strong enough for what I'm experiencing. And I was doing that because I was rubbed raw spiritually, because I was healing after healing, release after release, past life regression after past life regression. And I wasn't giving myself time to integrate and live what I had learned. And I just really wanted to share that today in case anyone else out there is feeling rubbed raw and really fucking sensitive. And that's okay. Your sensitivity is a gift to the world. And the only way that you can continue to feel that sensitivity and function as a human being is to ground yourself, to live as a human and honor that your spirit chose to come here as a human for this experience. To not just try and speed up the process and become enlightened so we can go back to being souls, because we chose to come here to learn some stuff and have some fun. So the human part of this experience is really important as well. And so some of the things that I've chosen to focus on are to expand my mental awareness of myself and do a lot of DeMartini's work. So understanding that if I'm seeing something as either good or bad, then it's an illusion, and balancing out my perspective of things from that mental way, rather than just let's just find the wound and click it on out using spiritual methods. How can I use my mind to feel better in this moment? And also I'm going to be focusing on more exercise, and I'm doing yoga, but I want to do more physical, challenge myself, feel my own strength kind of physical exercise. I'm going to spend more time in nature so that I can really connect with the beauty of this human experience. I am going to spend more time reading and learning and expanding on my conscious understanding of spirituality and the science behind it, so that I can better communicate on a human level what my soul has known since the day it was here. Those kind of things can allow us to really ground and build out the roots of what we may already know at our deepest core. But it's I don't know, I've heard once that life is like a spiderweb, and it's so delicate and intricate, and we move along in the most beautiful of ways in this divine matrix. And plant medicine or a lot of rapid spiritual growth or focusing on the spiritual and ignoring the human physical part of it can mean that it's kind of like we shoot along in this spider web and blow things apart that we then have to piece back together. Some of us are looking for the fast option of spiritual growth. And it's like, again, like we're building the oak tree without the roots. So if you would like to build the roots and ground, if you feel like that's what's calling to you right now, nature, mental awareness, expanding your conscious understanding of things that light you up, reading, more physical exercise, looking at your diet and your nutrition, looking at spending time with your like physical human friends and feeling compassion and love in that way, as well as your spirit guides and your angels and things like that. I hope that this helps you to understand the importance of both the human and the physical, because it has been a big lesson for me to learn recently. And just to know that it's okay to slow down, because in the slowing down, it's like the Shavasana pose, the corpse pose in yoga. It's the slowing down that allows us to integrate. And that is what they say is the most profound pose of your entire yoga practice. Because the integration is where the magic really happens. The aha moments that we can become addicted to in personal and spiritual growth are fantastic. But if we don't allow them to just seep into our being, then we live like this, like, whoo, up here, and not a grounded, embodied version of our spiritual and soul truth. I hope that helps. If it has helped you, please do hit share, because just by sharing, you might help someone else who's a little bit airy-fairy and loving all of their aha moments, but not truly understanding how they can integrate that in their own lives. And I know firsthand that that can leave you feeling a little off kilter and raw and sensitive, and like this world is a little too harsh for our beautiful souls. The grounding gives us the strength to really enjoy and embody this human experience. And I just want to leave with a tiny little story on how I realized that this human experience is freaking beautiful as well. When my dog Claude passed away, I felt him with me everywhere I went. We could feel him when we walked in the city afterwards, and I was like, this is great. He wasn't allowed to come into like Melbourne City before. I can take him everywhere now. I felt him when I walked on the beach or in the forest. I felt him everywhere. I had signs of him everywhere, like little chocolate balls rolling along on the ground because he loved chocolate. Just magical signs, and this beautiful feeling that he's here with me all the time. And I still couldn't feel his physical body like nestled up against me as I slept. I couldn't pat him. I couldn't watch him run on the beach anymore in the same physical form. And I know that when I become a spirit again, I finish this human experience, that I will be reunited with him. And I know that he is here with me always. But that physical experience of him being the most gorgeous pug in the whole world, I won't have that particular experience again. It will be something else magical, but not that particular experience again. So there are some things in the human form, like making love and eating chocolate, that feel different as a spirit as they do as a human, that I kind of like the physical stuff. That's what we're here for. We want to experience it in a way that we don't as spirits. So there is beauty in the human experience, even though sometimes it can be hard and challenging. So I invite you, please don't disown the human part of you. Recognize that both are just as valuable, the human and the spirit. And that together, that's where we create this mystical, magical human experience. Please, if you've enjoyed this, please share so that other people can benefit from this too. I'm Kiara, Divine Translator and Energetic Alignment Guide, and it is my honor to serve you by first living the challenges and then being able to learn from them and give them to you. Have a beautiful day.